What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Steelberg. And sorry, just came out of hibernation for a while because the Steelers have got a wide receiver. The thing that Steelers fans all over have been begging for since the very first inklings of the Brandon Ayuk trade, since promises of bringing in Cortland Sutton were thrown at us. Maybe we'll get Deebo Samuel. Oh, maybe we'll bring in some superstar. We have traded a second-round pick in 2025 for DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks. I love this move, guys. We have our wide receiver. Who's going to throw to him is a second story. We don't really know about that. Could be Russ, could be Justin, could be Skylar Thompson. According to Chris Boswell's Instagram story, it could be him for all we know. But we're one step closer. We have a great wide receiver, whether he'll be number 2 or number 1. That depends what this guy decides on and what the coaches decide on. Did George Pickens' behavior last year demote him to the second wide receiver job? I don't know. But we have signed DK Metcalf, traded for him, and extended him 5 years, $150 million contract. It is the largest contract ever given out to a free agent in Steelers franchise history, breaking the record set by Patrick Queen's contract last year. Guys, the Steelers are making moves. It was so quiet. There was just speculation. Word came out that Sam Darnold is being looked at by the Steelers as a potential option at quarterback, which I would not like. There's been so much speculation. Geno Smith just got traded away from Seattle to the Raiders. Things are going wild, and now Seattle continues to sell house, sending DK Metcalf. Their number 1 guy via some people. Depends where you put Tyler Lockett with him. But now he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. We get to see that beast of a man running in black and gold, and I am overjoyed. The fact that we got a superstar receiver for a second-round pick, that's awesome. I mean, I wanted to use a first-round pick to draft a receiver. So the fact that we spent a second to get a starting caliber, either 1 or 2 receiver, amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because honestly, too, the draft is just a toss-up. I mean, look at some of the other receivers we've taken in the second round and how they've panned, or taken later rounds, see how they panned out. Chase Claypool was really good for 1 year. He was a second-round pick. But guess what? He didn't pan out in the NFL. DK Metcalf is 27 years old with years of NFL experience under his belt already. I mean, he's a little bit on the older side. Sure, he's 27. We all remember the video of him chasing down Budda Baker after the interception against the Cardinals. But he's only 27. 5 years takes him to 32, which is like the end maybe of a receiver's career. So we have at least 3 years of like prime DK left. Like I'd say 30 is probably where we draw the line there. And you can argue with me on that point. You can say younger, you can say older. But also, DK hasn't struggled with a ton of injuries in his career. He's still a beast of a man. He's like 6'4", and he's as jacked as all get out. And we got him for a second-round pick. Yes, that contract is huge, but we were in desperate need of a wide receiver. We have the cap space. We're making good moves, honestly. Like, I'd love to see TJ extended. I'd love to get this quarterback crap figured out. But we're making good moves. The next thing I want to talk about is what this does with the quarterback position. Bringing back DK, does that mean that Russ is being re-signed? DK Metcalf was a receiver under Russell Wilson for the first couple years of his career in Seattle. Does bringing back Russ's guy mean that we're bringing back Russ? Or is it just the best receiver available for trade in the market, and we're still could go with Fields? Personally, I like the idea of Fields. I like his upside. I like his potential. I really liked what I saw last year from him. Yeah, there was some rawness. There was some things that he could do better, specifically with the deep ball. But he's still young. Russ, his mistakes are going to be his mistakes. He's not going to improve. You can't teach a new dog new tricks sort of thing. So in my mind, the Russ move would be almost a bridge if we were going to draft someone next year or the year after that or whenever we tank enough. I know Steelers fans have thrown out the idea of tanking for Arch Manning. I don't think it'd be that far. I don't think anything we do is going to get us down to a low enough draft pick to draft Arch Manning. But that's what I've seen thrown around, or just the idea of drafting a quarterback early next year. However, I like the idea of re-signing Fields. Unfortunately, because he's going to test the free agent market, he's going to be pretty expensive. And we just dropped a lot of money on Metcalf. I'm not sure how much this year, but it's a big contract, $150 million over 5 years. And we're going to be dropping a lot of money on extending TJ. Now, again, that's future money. But if we're re-signing Fields or Wilson to an extension, that's going to be the future money that we're using. So, like, there's only so much money extension-wise that we can tie up. So, it's going to be interesting. This is a really huge move and one that I was not expecting the Steelers to make. As a Pittsburgh sports fan, I am not used to seeing the big splash moves, the big trades. I mean, that's why I was so shocked 2 years ago when the Eric Carlson trade came out, just because it's like a big move in Pittsburgh. That's crazy. But we have DK Metcalf. We got him for a second-round pick. Big contract, big deal. Once we figure out who our quarterback is, he'll have someone to throw to, at least. I mean, right now, the only quarterback under contract is Skylar Thompson, and that's never a good sign. But anyway, I will be coming out with some draft content pretty soon. I've been pretty busy with schoolwork and midterms and all that kind of thing. Haven't been able to pay too much attention. I watched a little bit of the combine, but not enough to really be able to provide you with any good information. But once we get into pro days and we get closer to the draft, I'll make some mock drafts and get you up with that information. But if there was anything that was worth coming out of hibernation for, it was this trade. Oh my God, we have our wide receiver. Let's go. DK Metcalf, bring us to the promised land. But that's all I have for you tonight. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, night, everybody. Goodbye again from the Steelberg. More moves to come.